Did you come to see me or my brother? I'm Fred Matthews.
Yes, I am Nancy Drew and I am acquainted with the Turner sisters and the Hoover sisters. I understand they were told they were to benefit from Josiah Crowley's will. My dad, the lawyer Carson Drew, and I are working on the case. We believe there might have been a later will than the one presented by Mr. Jotham, and we'd like to find it.
And you came to see if William and I could give you a clue?
That's right, Mr. Matthews. Also, did Mr. Crowley ever tell you he was going to leave you some money?
Indeed he did. Nancy, this is my brother, William. William, this is Nancy Drew and she is interested in the will of Josiah Crowley. Let's sit down under the tree here and discuss this. Did Cousin Josiah ever give you any idea he'd made a will in which you were not beneficiaries?
No. I thought one would come to light when he died. To tell the truth, Miss Drew, Fred and I were thunderstruck at the will which left everything to the Tophams. That wasn't what Cousin Josiah led us to believe.
It certainly wasn't. But I guess William and I counted our chickens before they were hatched. We just about make ends meet here with our small fruit farm. Help and equipment cost such a lot. One thing we always wanted to do, but couldn't afford, was to travel. We thought we'd use the money from Cousin Josiah to do that.
But our dream bubble burst. No trips for us.
Don't give up hope yet. Dad and I haven't. This must be at Aaron's house. It fits the description. The place looks deserted, but I'll see if Mrs. Rowland is at home.
Who's there? If you're a peddler, I don't want anything.
I'm not selling anything. Won't you let me in, please?
I can't open the door. I've hurt myself and can't walk.
I am Nancy Drew, and I've come to help you, Mrs. Rowland.
You've come to help me? I didn't think anyone would ever bother about old Daddy again. Yesterday I fell down the cellar stairs. I hurt my hip and sprained my ankle.
Haven't you had a doctor?
No, not a soul has been here and I couldn't get in touch with anybody. I have no telephone.
Can you walk at all?
A little.
Then your hip isn't broken. You really should have a doctor, though. Let me drive you to one.
I can't afford it. My pension check hasn't come, and it's too small anyway.
Let me pay the doctor.
I'll not take charity. I'd rather die first.
Well, if you insist upon not having a doctor, I'm going to the nearest drugstore and get some bandaging and a few other things.
There aren't many folks willing to come in and help an old lady. If Josiah Crowley had lived, things would have been different. I could have paid someone to look after me.
It's strange that he didn't provide for you in his will.
It's my opinion that Josiah did provide for me. Many a time he said to me, "Abby, you'll never need to worry. When I'm gone you'll be well taken care of by my will."
And then everything was left to the Tophams.
That was according to the first will.
You mean there was another will?
Of course. Why, I saw that will with my own eyes.
You saw it?
Mind, I didn't see what was in the will. One day Josiah came to call and give me some money. Right off I noticed he had a bunch of papers in his hand. "Abby," he said, "I've made a new will. I didn't bother with a lawyer. I wrote it myself."
How long ago was that?
Let me see. I can't remember the exact date. It was this past spring. Anyway, Josiah hinted that he'd done well by me. "But, Josiah," I said, "are you sure it's legal to write it yourself?" "Of course it is," he said. "A lawyer told me it was all right, just so long as I wrote it myself and signed it. But I did have it witnessed."
Do you know who witnessed the will?
No, he didn't say.
Haven't you any idea what became of the will?
Well, I remember Josiah did say something about putting it where nobody could get it unless they had legal authority. But I really don't know what became of it.
Are you certain that was all Mr. Crowley said?
Many a night I lay awake trying to think what else he did say about where he would put the will. I just can't recollect.
Try to think.
I can't remember. I tried and tried. The clock! That was it! The clock!
Josiah Crowley had the will in a clock.
No, it wasn't that. I know Josiah said something about the clock, but whatever it was has slipped my mind. There! It came to me just like that.
What, Mrs. Rudden?
A notebook.
Please tell me more about this notebook.
Well, one day, not long before he passed away, Josiah said to me, Abby, after I'm dead, if my last will isn't found, you can learn about it in this little book of mine.
Do you know what became of the notebook, Mrs. Rudden?
Oh dearie me, there goes my memory again. No, I don't.
What became of the furnishings of the Crowley home when he gave it up?
The Tophams got most everything.
There must have been a family clock.
A family clock? Oh, yes, there was a clock.
Can you describe it?
It was just an ordinary mantel type, something like mine, tall, with a square face. Only Josiah's was fancier, had some kind of a moon on top.
What became of the clock?
I suppose the Tophams got it, too.
Hey Nancy.
Why, Helen Corning, I haven't seen you for days.
I've been busy lately, trying to sell fixed tickets for a charity ball, but I haven't had much luck. Would you like a couple?
Helen, I'll buy 2 of your tickets and sell the rest for you.
Why, that's a wonderful offer, Nance. But
I know you think I've lost my mind. I really mean it, though. Please let me take the tickets. I can't tell you my reasons yet, except my cause is a worthy one.
this is really a break for me. Now I can leave for my aunt's Camp Avondale this evening as I'd hoped. It's at Moon Lake. I thought I'd never get off with those tickets and sold.
Have a grand time, Helen.
How about coming along? It's not expensive and there's room for lots more girls. We'd have loads of fun.
I'd love to, but right now I can't get away.
Maybe you can make it later. If so, just zip on up. I'll be there for 2 weeks before the regular summer camp opens.
Will you please tell Mrs. Topham that Nancy Drew is calling? I'm selling tickets for a charity dance. It's one of the most important functions of the year in River Heights.
Well, what do you want, Nancy?
I'm selling.
Oh, if you're selling things, I'm not interested. I can't be handing out money to every fellow-sitter who comes along.
Mrs. Topham, perhaps your name didn't make it clear. I am selling tickets to a charity ball which will be one of the loveliest affairs in River Heights this year.
Oh, well,
What are you doing here?
Nancy is selling tickets to a charity dance, dear. It's to be a very important affair, and I think it will be beneficial for us to be present.
Don't waste your money, Mother.
Isabel's right. We don't want to go to a ball just anybody can go to. We only attend the most exclusive affairs.
Absolutely. After all, Ada and I are very particular about the people we choose to meet.
I gather you have some tickets to dispose of, Miss Drew. How many?
Why, 4.
I'll take them all. Keep the change for your charity.
Richard, have you lost your senses? All that money?
Listen, this donation will entitle us to have our names on the programs as patrons.
I must be going. What time is it, please?
There's a clock right in front of you, on the mantel.
So there is. Is it an heirloom? Perhaps the old Crowley clock I've heard so much about.
I should say not. This is a far more expensive one.
Cousin Josiah's old clock was a monstrosity. We wouldn't even have it climbing up the attic.
Oh, then you sold it.
No. Who'd give any money for that piece of junk? We sent it up to our bungalow on Moon Lake.
My dear, you look like the cat that swallowed the canary. What's the big scoop?
Oh, that I can't keep any secrets from you. Yesterday I met Fred and William Matthews and Aaron, who were related to Josiah Crowley, and Mrs. Riddle mentioned he had hidden a later will in a clock which now belongs to the Tossums. Then I went to the Tossums and learned they have the clock in their bungalow on Moon Lake. And just think, Helen invited me to her aunt's camp there.
Good. You can't combine business with pleasure, Nancy. Swimming and boating and fun with the girls will provide the much-needed vacation.
May I start first thing in the morning?
An excellent idea, Nancy. The change will do wonders for you. Go, by all means.
That was so beautiful.
Thanks. I was just trying to imitate some of the greats.
You'll be great yourself one of these days.
Not unless I get some money to finance lessons. Any news, Nancy?
Sort of. I've had a little luck. I hope to have a good report for you soon. Now I must be on my way as I have investigating to do.
Then there's still hope. We are so lucky to have you as a friend. Nancy, come see us again soon, please. Girls, it's Nancy Drew. Nancy, these are our other campers.
Nice to meet you, Nancy. I hope you enjoy your stay here.
I bet I will.
Nancy, this is my Aunt Martha. Aunt Martha, this is Nancy Drew. May she stay with me?
Certainly, dear. And I hope you have a splendid time, Nancy.
I'm sure I shall, Aunt Martha.
How about going for a ride around the lake in the camp lunch? There's just time before supper.
Wonderful. By the way, can you see many of the summer cottages from the water?
Oh, yes. Lots of them.
The Tossums have a bungalow up there, haven't they?
Yes, it's across the lake.
Is anyone staying there now?
Oh, no. The cottage is closed. It's being looked after by Jeff Tucker, the caretaker. He's the tallest, skinniest man I've ever seen outside a circus.
Is it hard to get to the place?
Not if you go by launch, but it's a long way if you take the road around the lake. I didn't know you were particularly interested in the Tossums, Nancy.
Oh, Helen. Tennis matches, canoe races, swimming, water skiing. It's been fun. But tomorrow I think I'll stay out of the activities.